So let's talk a bit about insurance and branding. I mean, insurance is a great mystery to many, a black box, and if I dare say so, for some people, possibly not the most exciting thing they can think about, right? Maybe they need it, maybe they don't need it. We had Yashish Dyer on another show, and he talked a bit about changing that whole mindset from sort of pushing something at at the consumer to then pulling it in. Talk to us a bit about that, Sai.
Yeah, absolutely. I think insurance is pretty much the most boring category. And I've been in this boring category for past 10 years now. But I can guarantee you that it is the single most important product that a consumer should have in his portfolio, be it a health insurance or a term insurance, and car insurance, pretty much mandatory. I'll quickly tell you a short story before I move into the push and the pull. Before this, I used to work in another insurance organization where one of the sales head had once come to me and said that, look, Sai, whatever advertising or marketing you do, it doesn't matter because we are the people who are going to sell the product, and it pushes what something works. And cut to when I joined Policybazaar, and this Yashish had this dream of getting Indians on a platform like Policybazaar, where the people come and compare. It really challenged me that how does one do that? And the solution was pretty much simple, that there was no education around a product called insurance, because as we said earlier, it's pretty much a boring category, and no one wakes up in the morning thinking about insurance. They have other worries. But if you actually talk to them about the importance, or you talk to them very clearly and educate them very clearly about why do you need it, then there is no way that they won't come to you. Like, for example, what was happening in the category is that a lot of the players were talking about insurance, but not actually calling a spade in their communication. Like, people were talking about your life will be very good if you take insurance, all the positive aspects about insurance. But no one was talking about the death or the family. What will happen if you're not around, and what will happen to your loved ones. So in our communication, we called a spade. Maybe we've been accused of, slightly our communication is on the negative side, but we used to do it with the tongue in cheek. So that kind of, really woke up people to actually log on to the site and, come to and start searching for it.
So effectively, Sai, you're humanizing this otherwise dry topic. And as a brand, you're kind of as much like a teacher, mentor brand as you are a professional services brand.
Yeah, so what we, look, it really, our brand is pretty much a reflection of how passionate Policybazaar, we call ourselves PVNs, how passionate we are about educating Indians about understanding insurance as a concept. So that kind of trickles down on the personality of the brand also.
Well, and thinking about this, my grandfather was an insurance salesman in Ireland, and he was a very passionate man. So they're not incompatible. But Sai, talk to us a bit about the yin and yang of traditional marketing and digital marketing. I mean, some people think they're, effectively different families. Other people think they're cousin brothers or cousin sisters. Where are you at, and how do you flip between the two?
I've been a marketer since there was this news that digital is going to come. There was a lot of this noise till we realized that we're in the middle of digital revolution. So I think the traditional and digital marketing, we should not actually look at. It's not that binary. One has to do traditional marketing or digital marketing. Now I think it's time that marketers just look at consumer. The consumer should be put at the center, and say that, where is the consumer, and just we need to market towards that. If the reach is coming from, say, traditional marketing, one should be there. If the cost, if the reach is coming from the digital, one should be there. So it should, our entire media mix needs to be pretty much a combined effort of traditional and digital.
With the central guiding idea that the consumer is your North Star.
Absolutely. And to be honest, the consumer is pushing the technology. It's not the other way around. The adoption adoption of the consumer to technology or the digital will push the brand to be there. Like for example, 10 years down the line, someone who's born in the era of Instagram and AI. Today, the consumer is born in this era.
Yeah.
The 10 years down the line, you pretty much have to be there where the consumer is.
Okay, and just staying on digital as the final thing. I mean, here we are. This used to be a digital media asset. Now it's a television media asset plus digital. Everything's changing. Where's all this going, Jay? And what do you see as the big challenges in the future?
If you ask Policybazaar about the biggest challenge is still the consumer inertia for us. How do we battle it? How do we overcome that? Because the task for us is to still wake up the consumer and get him to our site. So that is one big challenge from a category point of view. From a media point of view, again, one has to be constantly ahead of the curve, because every day the adoption of media is of consumers using a media is pretty much evolving and changing on a daily basis. So one needs to be extremely ahead of the consumer and keep testing new platforms and keep experimenting with new platforms to be pretty much there.
Okay, so stay alert. You look pretty alert, and you're building a fantastic brand. Thank you so much for being on Trailblazers.